If you're choosing between a solar generator and a gas generator, you're not really choosing between new and old. You're choosing what kind of inconvenience you can live with. Solar asks you to plan around stored energy and recharge time. Gas asks you to deal with fuel, noise, fumes, and maintenance. Here's what matters: what you need to power, how long you need it, and whether you want a system that feels quiet and clean or one that feels brute force dependable. Power output and surge loads. This is where gas often wins, and it's not subtle. Many gas generators can handle big startup surges from appliances and tools. Think refrigerators kicking on, pumps starting, compressors, certain workshop gear. Solar generators are capped by two things: the inverter's rated wattage and how much the battery can deliver without hitting protection limits. You can buy large solar power stations that hit impressive numbers, but the price climbs quickly, and you still have a finite battery behind it. Let me explain the practical version of this. If you want something that shrugs off unpredictable loads, gas usually feels easier. If you know your loads, and they're mostly steady and modest, solar can feel almost magical. Runtime, tank versus battery. Gas generators have a simple advantage. If you can refuel, you can keep going. That matters in long outages or multi-day work where the power draw stays high. Solar generators run until the battery is empty. Then you're in recharge mode, which could be quick or painfully slow depending on your charging setup and the weather. The solar version of refueling is adding more panel input, charging from AC when available, or reducing consumption so the battery lasts longer. So the runtime question becomes a lifestyle question. Do you want to keep feeding a machine fuel, or do you want to manage your energy like a budget and stretch it with smart choices? Noise, the part people underestimate. Noise is not a small detail. It changes how you feel in your own home or campsite. Solar generators are typically quiet because there's no combustion engine, just electronics and maybe a fan that ramps up under load. Gas generators are by nature loud enough that you notice them, and your neighbors definitely notice them. Even the quieter inverter-style gas units still announce themselves. Bottom line, if you need power while sleeping, working, or filming, solar has a comfort advantage that's hard to unsee once you've experienced it. Emissions and where you can use them. Solar generators don't produce exhaust while supplying power, which means you can run them indoors without the "am I poisoning myself?" question hanging in the air. Gas generators produce combustion emissions, and carbon monoxide is the scary one because it's invisible and deadly. So safe use means outdoors, away from doors and windows, with real attention to ventilation and placement. This single difference often decides the whole purchase for people living in apartments, running indoor medical equipment, or powering essentials inside a small home. With solar, the safety conversation is mostly about battery care, cables, and avoiding overloads, not fumes. Upfront cost, what you pay on day one. Gas generators can be cheaper to buy, especially at lower to mid power levels. You can often get a lot of wattage per dollar. Solar generator setups tend to cost more upfront because you're buying a large battery, a quality inverter, and often solar panels on top of that. The sticker price can feel steep until you remember you're also buying a silent, portable battery system that can be used daily, not just during outages. The right framing is this: gas is often the cheaper engine. Solar is often the pricier energy storage system. Running cost, what you pay every time. This is where solar fights back. Once you own the equipment, Sunlight doesn't send invoices. If you recharge from solar, your fuel is free. Gas generators burn money in real time, and fuel prices swing at the worst possible moments, like during storms or shortages. If you plan to run the system often, those fuel costs add up faster than people expect. If you only need backup once or twice a year for short periods, the ongoing fuel cost may be minor, and the low upfront price might matter more. Maintenance, The hidden tax of gas. A gas generator is an engine, and engines demand care. Oil changes, spark plugs, filters, fuel stabilizer, occasional cleaning, periodic test runs so it doesn't fail when you need it most. Solar generators have fewer moving parts, so maintenance is closer to keep it charged properly, store it well, don't abuse it. There's still long-term battery aging, and eventually batteries wear out, but the day-to-day workload is lighter. Here's the honest version. Gas asks you to be a small engine mechanic sometimes. Solar asks you to be an energy manager. Reliability and convenience, weather, fuel, and planning. If clouds roll in for days, solar charging slows down, and your plans have to adapt. If you have enough panels, a big enough battery, and modest loads, you can still do fine, but the sun sets whether you like it or not. Gas doesn't care about clouds, but it does care about fuel availability, safe storage, and whether you can physically get more fuel when roads are bad or stations are empty. Convenience depends on your context. In a city apartment, storing fuel might be a non-starter, making solar feel more reliable simply because it's allowed. In a rural area with easy fuel access and big power needs, gas can feel more reliable because it doesn't depend on daylight. Refueling versus recharging, the rhythm of use. Gas refueling is fast and straightforward, but comes with handling flammable liquid, fumes, and the need for safe storage. Recharging a solar generator is slower, but it's also calmer. Plug it into panels, wall power, or your vehicle, then let it sit. The interesting twist is that solar can be recharged while you're using it, which changes the math if your panels can keep up with your load. That's the dream scenario. Your gear runs on sunshine in real time, and the battery is just smoothing out the bumps. With gas, you're always burning something to keep the lights on, and you'll feel that relationship every hour it runs. Safety. Different risks, different discipline. Gas generators have clear hazards: carbon monoxide poisoning if used improperly, burn risks from hot surfaces, fuel spills, and fire risk if refueled carelessly. Solar generators avoid combustion hazards, but they're not toy-safe either. High current, heavy batteries, and the possibility of overheating or damage if you misuse cables or exceed limits. Still, for many people, the absence of exhaust is the biggest safety win. It removes a whole category of danger that can't be fixed by being careful, because one bad decision with carbon monoxide can be final. Best fit scenarios. Who should choose what? Choose solar when you value quiet, indoor-friendly power for essentials like lights, router, phones, laptops, small fans, CPAP, and similar loads. It's also great for camping where you want peace, or for anyone doing creative work where noise and fumes ruin the experience. Solar shines when your power needs are predictable and you're willing to think in watt hours, not just watts. Choose gas when you need high surge power, long runtime under heavy load, or you're running tools, pumps, or large appliances for extended periods. Gas is also appealing when you can store fuel safely and get more fuel easily, especially in places where outages can last days and the sun can't be counted on. If the priority is keep everything running no matter what, gas often feels like the simpler lever to pull. A quick way to decide. Start with your loads and your tolerance. If you must run energy-hungry appliances for long stretches, gas is usually the straightforward answer. If you mainly want clean backup for essentials and you care about quiet, solar is usually the happier choice. And if you want my favorite practical answer, it's this. Many households do best with both. Solar covers the quiet essentials inside, and gas is the heavy hitter for the rare moments you need brute force.